What's going on, guys? Good morning. It is March 4th here in East Texas. We are on Lake Pinkston today. We got Mike in the background. Gonna be fishing with him, fellow kayak bass fisherman. Gorgeous morning, nice sunrise coming, as you can see. Yeah, today we're excited to fish this lake. If you look at the top 50 bass catches in Texas, the records, you'll see 1 through 6 right on Lake Fork. Well, guess where number 7 is? Right back here, Lake Pinkston. It was a 16-pound class fish. I think it was caught quite a while ago, but obviously this lake has the potential to produce some quality fish. So you know, nothing specific on the agenda today for fishing. Just gonna go out there, see what we can locate, see what we can figure out. Early March, East Texas, these big girls should be starting to move up, and great time of year to catch a giant. So let's get out on the water. We'll see what happens today. Big fish. There we go. That was cool. How about that one? Topwater. On the spook. Gorgeous fish to start the morning.
Got one on the bed?
Oh yeah, this is I probably caught the female. That, I think that's the fish, or that's the bed that chased my spook.
Yeah.
All right, I see him. I can see 2 beds. I think they're gonna be all lined up here.
You doing a drop shot?
Yeah, a little drop shot rig. In the grass. Whew. Better than I thought.
Bad little one.
Not too bad in the mouth. Go back to your bed. Pretty big. That's like a 3.5, 4 right there. Oh yeah, she's interested. She's interested. I can't really see her, but I just saw her open her mouth. There we go. Couldn't even see the fish. mess of this one. Good one. Man, I should have put the camera underwater for that one. That totally would have been awesome footage. Well guys, pulled into this cove and obviously have had some success so far. There are beds everywhere along the bank, out kind of towards the back of the cove, which I'm in right now, and a lot of, I'd say half the beds have a male and a female, and then the other half of beds have just a male. So obviously still some beds where, you know, there should be some big females cruising along and, you know, picking one out soon. I've yet to run into a giant fish yet, a giant female on a bed yet. We still have a lot more ground to cover, so hopefully we can run into a big fish and catch it off the bed. I'm using my favorite bedding bait. It's a Big Bite Baits Warmouth in the chartreuse color, which works really well for stained water, and that chartreuse just really sticks out, especially with some polarized sunglasses. And you know, you might not be able to see the fish, but if you keep an eye on your bait, then if it disappears, you know, it probably is in the mouth of a fish. So that's why I like that color specifically. So far, a great day of fishing, bed fishing, sight fishing. I enjoy doing it this time of year, and let's keep plugging away and see if we can run into a big one. So there's a fish right on that bed right there, and one tip I can give you is, you know, if you're sitting your boat in a certain part around the bed, keep an eye as to what you're sitting in. Like right now, there's some grass below me, but you know, right to my left, there's actually some matted vegetation. Sitting in that matted vegetation will be a lot more of a blockage or a hindrance for that fish to see me. So, you know, in this type of situation, as long as nothing else is obstructing my view of that bed, I'm going to fish in that matted vegetation and set my boat there. It'll not only help me keep position, but again, like I said, it'll block the fish's view of me more so than if I were in open water. Found the sweet spot of the bed and the perfect positioning of the boat. I should be able to catch this fish pretty soon. Fish. That's a big fish. See, I love and I hate this time of year, because obviously sight fishing is fun, but then I feel like I can't really catch them any other way.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's, I mean, I saw a big stretch of beds, kind of, it was between these two major coves, and it was in like 5 foot of water, and I could just see the beds, and then as soon as I go over them, a big fish would move out. I mean, there's no way you're sight fishing those, so flukes, swimming baits. I'll probably go back through there with like a chatterbait or something. I can barely see her with all this wind. It wasn't this windy when I first came in and I saw her. And oh my God.
You got it?
Oh my God. She just opened her mouth right at it. I'm not impressed with this fish. She really has only taken that one sniff at it. Oh my God, he had it. He had it. Oh no. That was a place I haven't thrown it yet though. That could be the so-called sweet spot. I think I finally found something that kind of ticks it off. It's just basically tossing my bait at the start of the log outside the water and just hopping it down the log, and it seems to be getting this fish fired up. So that may be the key to catching this fish, to getting her to bite. You kind of just have to experiment, but that's the most action she's given me in a while. So I did again. It's not setting the hook. Frustrating. She bit 3 times. I missed her all 3 times. I've been working on this fish for about 2.5 hours now. It's I don't know, 7.5 pounder at least. I mean, it's a monster fish. Oh man, I got her. She bit. She bit. Come on, no. Woo! In the mouth. This is a crazy story here. I actually broke off when setting the hook. I think I like rubbed up against the branch or something, and then my warmouth and the weight fell to the bottom, and then I retied, and then I looked back down there to start fishing for this bedfish again, and my bait was gone. Well, here it is. And what a mess we have here. This fish ate my other warmouth. This is the broken line. And it just came right out like that. Good old Texas rig. So I got both my baits back and my weights. Caught the smaller of the two. This is, believe it or not, the male. There's another big fish down there. Kind of a good little pattern too. I know where the areas with beds are because I've already made my pass through here. Now I'm just throwing a chatterbait over them, getting a reaction strike. Catching fat ones like that. That's more like it. That's a Texas donkey right there. Well, it was a pretty successful day out on the water today. Did a lot of sight fishing, obviously, a lot of bed fishing, and just wanted to go over quickly my setup for bed fishing. I use a 7-foot medium power St. Croix Mojo bass rod. I like the medium power rod just because, you know, when you're sight fishing, when you're bed fishing, you're usually pretty close to the fish, and it allows your hook sets to be a little bit more forgiving. I pair that with a 7.1-to-1 gear ratio Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier, and I've got 20-pound Seaguar and Vizex is my line. I'd say 95% of the time use a drop shot rig. I use a 3/0 EWG Gamakatsu hook with a 3/8 ounce weight. And I like the drop shot rig because you can throw it into the bed or around the bed and have your bait basically stay in one place. Especially if there's a little bit of wind or some current, you can always increase your weight size and it'll keep your bait in the strike zone longer. It also helps kind of create a disturbance on the bed. It almost teases the fish that you're creating a little bit of a cloud, dirt cloud or sand cloud, something like that. So I kind of like the weight for that reason as well. So the bait that I pretty much exclusively go with is the Big Bite Baits Warmouth, and usually in the chartreuse color. Let me show you how I rigged that up real quick. I've got my 3/0 hook, I've got my line. We're gonna do a basic Palomar knot for this drop shot rig. So go through this end of the hook, through the eye, bring your tag end back through. This is what you have here. You've got your line doubled now. What you're gonna do is you are going to just do a simple overhand knot with your one end. Come back through. Pinch your hook right here, and with that tag end loop, go right through there. And then kind of just get all this line up here above the hook. And you're gonna just very carefully cinch that knot down like so. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your tag end, you're gonna come right back through the eye of the hook, again going in through this way. You're gonna get that tag end and you're gonna pull through. And what that'll do is it'll allow your hook to stand up like so. You got your weight and leader size, just depends on what you're what you're fishing, how deep you're fishing, how close you want your bait to the bed. But I just do a couple overhand knots. Now it's time to rig the bait on. So this is this Big Bite Baits Warmouth, and I just do a simple Texas rig for this. So what I do is I go right through the nose, okay, and I come out right before it would hit the eye. So I bring the hook out right before that eye, and it's because these eyes on the baits, they're little plastic eyes, and if you puncture the eye, it might detach it from the body of the bait, and you don't want that. So just slide it up. Okay, find your point of insertion, stick the hook through there, and you can just very carefully cinch a piece of that, or bury that piece of the hook into the bait. So it's nice and weedless now. So that's pretty much my setup for bed fishing. It might not be quite that time depending on where you guys are in the country, but I would definitely keep some of these things in mind for when that time comes, and hopefully help you catch some big fish off of beds. When this video uploads, it should be Sunday morning, and yesterday I will have had fished my first kayak fishing tournament of the season. So stay tuned for a video on that coming in probably sometime mid this week. And if you guys have questions on the bedding setup or anything in general about fishing, just let me know in the comments below and I'll try to respond. But again, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next video.